it's a long time. You know, I looking at the I haven't seen this in a long time. I was looking at it and thinking, the fuck is his name? Anyway, but yeah. I'm married to one of the cast members. Yeah.
Was there any reason that Mark Frost wasn't involved with the writing of the movie?
No, I don't know how that happened. You know, we started out. What happened was we finished the series. Then we did On the Air, right? And then David had an idea for. We were actually writing a script called In Heaven, and then David had the idea to do the prequel. And at that point, I think Mark was doing something else, literally, and he just was too busy, you know. So it was not a not a breakup or anything like that. I think Mark was gone, and you know, and I was completely unemployed, so I was available, right? So I think that's what happened. Yeah, because they're a great match. They're a great team. So, yep. Yeah.
Least favorite subplots along the way? Were you guys as down on Evelyn Marsh as the audience was?
Yeah, Evelyn Marsh is terrible. That's pretty bad. Don't you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it just sort of runs out of gas.
But you wrote off James. You wrote off James entirely after that, which was great. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very, very odd stuff. That's part of the problem with any series. As it starts to have legs, there are more mistakes come. You know what I mean? Yeah, but that was bad. Bad casting, bad editing. I think. You know what I mean? They're talented actors, but you can't. It didn't work. Didn't feel like the same show. Right. Yeah? That happens a lot. That was ours. You know. One idea we had was to solve the murder, and then we would solve the murder in the first half of the hour, and then the screen would go blank, and then the next thing after commercial it would say 10 years later, and we'd move everybody to different places, right? So that would have been a better idea. But those things don't happen either. Right? Yeah. Yeah.
One question. What plans were there for a third season? Was that discussed at all? What would happen, for instance, the aftermath of the bank explosion?
Right.
Stuff
It
like
would have
that.
been about Wyndham Earl, right? That was the whole idea. That would be that he would start to transform the town. I think. That was it. You know, it was pretty clear pretty early there wasn't going to be a third season. I mean, the mythology is that we were waiting, and in actuality, the sets were wrong. It was over, you know. So there really wasn't, at least as I remember, there wasn't going to be a third season. I knew that, and that's kind of where the prequel. There was still a lot of popularity. That's where the movie comes from, right? Because that got added to David's deal with the French company that he had this 3-picture deal with. They added the fourth because we were so sure that people would come to the movie, right? So that kind of was what it was. So maybe the series would have been a prequel, right? I think so. Yeah.
Besides David, there were a couple interesting directors throughout the season.
Oh boy.
The series.
Yeah.
There was Tim Hunter who did this, who I think grew up here in Echo Park.
Exactly. Yeah.
And Diane Keaton.
Diane Keaton.
Who was the other director?
Diane Keaton. Jamie Foley, who I think married Diane Keaton.
One of the Van Pans.
Tina Rathborn, who was I mean, we had a great Steve Gyllenhaal, Maggie's dad, right? And Todd Holland, who did all of Arrested Development, right? He was the critic on that.
Jack Fisk.
Say what? And Jack Fisk, who is great director and also a great production designer, wonderful production designer. Married to Sissy Spacek. Yeah, so there was quite a list. It was also business-wise, it's the culmination of we all were with creative artists, right? CAA. Every principal involved in the creative side of that was with CAA, as were all the directors we just mentioned. All of those were CAA clients. Half the actors were CAA. It was this whole rise of that agency is coupled with this show, right? That we could get film directors to come do an episode of the show, and at the same time It was all about the power of that agency. That was a whole other side of this thing that was kind of incredible. That for all those shows we paid none of us had to pay a fee to the agent because it was all packaged, right? So it was kind of a remarkable thing. But that's the rise of Mike Ovitz is directly connected television-wise to that series, which is an interesting side. If you're familiar with this, that's a big side. You know,
you want to get a sense of the room as to whether it would show more or keep us. I was going to shout out, Bob. I mean, you brought hours of footage, and you have a devoted audience that loves you. So raise your hand if you want more Q&A, or if you want to see more clips.
Clips?
Only 3 people voted. Let's do that again. You're not going to vote, Bob. More Q&A. Raise your hand. High, loud, and proud. More clips. Okay, so let's do clips, and then I'll follow up by Q&A. So
yeah, well, let's do
VHS you gave me.